Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joined today for the Better Business Bureau right here in Wisconsin. I always say Wisconsin, southern Wisconsin. Do you serve like all of Wisconsin or just a small chunk?
BBB Serving Wisconsin services the entire state of Wisconsin. I'm here in the Madison area. I'm representing this area in the southwest part of the state. But we do service the entire state.
By the way, Tiffany Schultz here, Better Business Bureau, and always glad to have you back on here. I just assume you go everywhere, so you're just that cool to me.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, and you came to our studio here, which is even better yet, so it's nice to have you in person. And today we're going to be talking about being safe while sharing back-to-school photos of your kids. Oh boy, this has got a little bit of everything.
Your social media feed is about to blow up with back-to-school photos of the kids. And don't we love seeing those every year?
Well, yeah, this is your chance to see, like, oh, little Jimmy's looks like he's growing up.
Exactly. And, back-to-schools photos are so much more than they were when you and I went to school. There might have been a picture of us getting on the bus. Well, now they have these really cool signs that the kids can hold up that say their name and their grade and their teacher and what they want to be when they grow up, sometimes even their birth date. And even though it's fun, we really need to be safe about it, who we're sharing this content with. So first thing that you want to do is avoid sharing those personal details about your child.
So no social security, no birth date, no...
Those pictures are really fun to share with them holding the board up, what grade they're in, what their favorite food is, but probably not the best thing to publish to the world. You could take those photos, but go ahead and keep them close to you and not share them on your social media feeds. Maybe just a photo of them outside, like we did in the 80s and, back to school, first day of school, something like that is probably more appropriate to put on your social media pages.
So a bunch of parents just went, come on, Tiffany. And I'm looking at the notes here, and it says scammers or predators could use this information as to commit identity theft or even worse, earn your child's trust.
Even though we think that our photos are safe online, they're really not. You really want to look at those privacy settings. Who are you sharing with? But even if you're sharing with people you only know, you don't know if that photo can be taken from your Facebook feed and shared out somewhere else. So again, you need to be careful as a parent because your child's identity can be stolen with just those few details. And if your child's identity is stolen at such a young age, my kids are 8 and 12, a scammer can steal their identity until they open credit at age 18. If you look at my 8-year-old, that's 10 years of damaging her credit before I can even find out about it. So it's always better to be safe than be sorry.
I always think like once it's up online, it's gone. Like it's out there forever.
It's out there forever.
And you can't take it back.
Screenshot it. It's super easy to take your cell phone, just shoot it out and repost it, and you don't know who else is seeing it.
All right, fine. Take all the fun. No, this is really good. And continuing on with that one, leaving off information about your kids' schools. Next thing, because you could say going to blah blah elementary school.
Right. My daughter goes to school in Wanakee, and
you shouldn't have said that.
I did. That's pretty general, but
I don't know.
I didn't say what school she goes to or who her teacher is, what grade she's in. But if a predator really wanted that information, they could match it up with other information that they found online and potentially be a con artist and do something that hurts my child as well as our family. So you really want to be careful.
Not to mention on here, and it says not to mention, often you use these types of things for security questions. Have you really thought about that? Like, that is oh no.
Right, you forget your password on your credit card account or other type account, and you have to reset it, and it asks you those security questions. And one of those questions could be something along the line of your firstborn or where they go to school, or even if you set up those security questions yourself. So be really careful with what you're sharing online. And I know it doesn't sound like a lot of fun, Jeremy, but we do need to be careful about what we share about our kids.
I think that's the hardest part is you want to share. I mean, social media is that it's in the name. You're trying to share things. You're trying to show things. But it's so hard in that moment to stop and step back for a second and say, is this a really good idea? Or, and even thinking, like you said, that before your kid is at legal age, have you done something that's going to come back to haunt them?
Right. Share responsibly. And you could still post those back to school photos, but leave off the details. First day of school, snap the photo, put it in your feed. That's just as good as, your child holding up that sign. Keep those sign pictures for yourself.
Let me tell you, rename those albums, photo albums, news feeds, the feeds, and that's where you could say, you want to check out my feed? Here's the book. Yeah. All right, double check the privacy settings. You kind of mentioned a little bit about that, but they change constantly.
The social media platforms are always upgrading in some way, shape, or form, and maybe something got triggered. You thought you had it locked down and it wasn't. So it's always a good idea on a regular basis to go in, check those privacy settings so that you're sharing with the people that you want to share with, not somebody who is just from the public and you may not know.
And the final one, and this is where it comes back to bite you, is it says, watch out for phony friend requests. You see the friend request, you see the photos, you see, oh, that looks like Jeremy. Oh, I'll accept that.
Scammers make phony friend requests. So they take a legitimate page and they make it look like theirs. You're already friends with them. But what they want is access to your feed to gather personal information. And they want access to your photos and your friends list. So be really careful who you're accepting as a friend. If you thought about, oh, you know what? I thought we were already friends. You probably are already friends and you've been hacked, or that person has been hacked, and they're looking to gather your sensitive information that's in your social media feed. So be careful who you accept as a friend.
There you go. Well, I'm your friend in real life.
Yes,
but
you are.
You can't be my friend on social media because I'm not out there. No. Regardless, I think great information. And if people do want to learn more about staying safe, just thinking twice before posting even, bet you there's a place to go that's safe and good resources.
It sure is, bbb.org. And not only do we have this content that I talked about today, we have an entire library of content, and we also have a hub dedicated to back to school topics.
There you go. And it's that time of year, so it works out good for you. Tiffany, thank you so much. Appreciate it. I'm not posting any more photos of my kids with the sign. Maybe I'll just say, don't post anything. That'll be what's on the sign this season.
Thanks for taking my advice.
You're welcome.